Are we ready? Assalamu alaikum. I'm Kishwar and I'm here to share with you how I celebrate Qurbani Eid. So growing up, Qurbani Eid was that day of the year that I really look forward to, where I cook with my family. Baba ma বোনরা মিলে আমরা সবাই একসাথে রান্তাম। আমরা কুরবানি ঈদ সকালে যখন মসজিদ থেকে ফেরত আসতাম তখন গরম গরম গরুর মাংস আর খিচুড়ি খেতাম, and this is really the centerpiece of our table and what Qurbani Eid revolves around in our family. Cooking together, preparing a meal, and that's something that I've passed down to my children. Growing up here in Melbourne, I also celebrated Qurbani Eid with all of my Muslim friends from all over the world. Either din amar bondhuder bashay jetam. So that's when I used to love eating Middle Eastern food, Indonesian food, Malaysian food. It was so interesting to see how they cook goru mangsho, khashir mangsho, lamb, and what they do with their recipes, because they're celebrating Eid as well. But it was so different and I love that, and that's something I brought into my home, and that's something that's ended up on my table as well. An important message that I want to share with you all on Qurbani is about food hygiene and food safety. It is that time of the year where we are handling a lot of raw produce. It's really important to be mindful at what temperature we store the produce at, and to make sure that raw meat is always stored in a fridge after being exposed for half an hour, because that's when bacteria starts to develop. Another really important tip that I'd like to share with you is to always separate your cooked meats and your cooked produce from your raw produce. Cross-contamination is the highest risk of bacteria spreading to food that ends up on our table, which is quite dangerous. Having a different chopping board, having a different section where we use different knives, and then making sure that we wash our hands regularly for at least 20 seconds with hot water and soap is really important to make sure that we're not carrying those germs onto other food items that we're preparing that day. Another memory that I'd like to share with you is my Qurbani experience in Bangladesh. So my father is from Vikrampur. ছোটবেলায় আমরা কুরবানিতে বিক্রমপুরে যেতাম আর বিক্রমপুরেই কুরবানি দিতাম। কুরবানি দেওয়ার সাথে সাথেই তখনই সবকিছু রেঁধে তখনই সবাই মিলে আমরা খেতাম। That is a very nostalgic memory of mine, going back into the village, going back into my father's village, and having that memory of Qurbani. My life has changed a lot since then. I live in a very metropolitan city and I have a very metropolitan menu on my table. Because I live in a residential area, it's important to me to hand my Qurbani over to a professional service like Bengal Meats. To me, it takes away a lot of the stress of conducting a Qurbani where I live right now. Qurbani Eid, obviously for me, is about those very traditional recipes like kala bhuna, mezbani gosh, koshano gorur mangsho. I absolutely love the traditional recipes, but I also love cooking the different sorts of cuts like top side, flank, having a good ribeye steak, getting a silver side and brining that down and making my own pastrami that my family and friends really enjoy. Amar taraf theke Khudafez, Eid Mubarak. Have a fantastic Qurbani Eid, and I hope you are surrounded by food and family.